Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking a look here at Chainlink, seeing what's going on. I get a lot of requests for this one, so obviously it's going to just remain on our daily analysis. So be sure to stay on board, if you will, enable your alerts, and we'll take it from there. So if you could, just before we get started, hit that like button. Greatly appreciate the help there. Of course, YouTube sucks with the algorithm getting my videos up on top, so appreciate your help nonetheless. Take a look here at Link. What we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about big picture, work our way down, kind of standard stuff there, but there's a few interesting things happening here with this coin. In other words, we are potentially at our bottom here where the price action could catapult to the next level. We want to double check a few key factors, but if this is the lowest point in which it'll go, which not always 100% on that, then we are likely to hit our next leg up because Elliott Wave, we're basically at a 3 out of 5 phases. So in other words, our first phase was this high here, second high, then we are looking for one more higher high, okay? We'll talk about that in a minute, but what I want to get at here is that we're still over 70 on the RSI. We're kind of bouncing off that level. Money flow index is coming down, so it leads me to believe that we might start seeing the price come down a little bit further. As the volume decreases, so does the price. It's kind of an inevitability. And we have a MACD divergence on the horizon too. So while it is true in the sense that Chainlink should continue much higher than in the future, the immediate near future, it would make more sense for a pullback to occur. Okay? So again, just something to kind of consider here, especially if Bitcoin does pull back, we might want to expect the worst and hope for the best. Is what I like to try to do, at least try to help educate my traders on those things. When it comes to the moving averages, though, the 20-day SMA is a really solid indicator to let us know that we're on the right side of tracks. We're still totally bullish on this coin. There's nothing really telling us it's going to instantly reverse, right? But just like Bitcoin, it's overextended, has been for some time, and unless it pulls back soon, it's probably going to continue higher. And we can expect the same thing for this as well. We got this nice ascending type of trend, a really, really good, healthy type of pattern here that could and likely should break to the upside. But again, if it doesn't break to the upside soon, it should continue to progress lower. Okay? Again, volume's coming down, starting to lose that momentum. There's a few reasons why, but again, by no means am I saying that this coin is bearish whatsoever. It's bullish as heck, just overextended as well. Okay, so taking a look at the 4 hour, this is where things kind of start getting, I wouldn't say interesting, but they kind of start getting a little more telling. As we start getting more range bound here in this range, we can kind of see that there's a different scenario altogether here. Okay, according to the 4 hour time frame, we've hit our top and we're looking for a potential bottom. Now, this may be the bottom here and the price could reset, but the truth is here that we've hit, a few different waves, and depending on which ones you look at, will either determine the price going higher or lower. Both of them are pointing down in the immediate future to likely bounce off the previous 0.5, 0.618 Fibonacci levels to continue higher. Okay, so I'm a little bit more subscribing to that range there, just based on the fact that we're losing that momentum. Speaking of momentum, though, on the 4 hour time frame, we do have a MACD convergence on the horizon. It's trying to converge as we see here. We can also see that we're back up over 50 on the RSI too, and that's a positive sign being above somewhat of a resistance. Now, we don't have a lot of resistance in this range. There's just a lot of volume more so, and that's important to recognize. That does create a resistance of sorts. So the price continues to reject here. We start seeing lower lows and lower highs, then we should expect the price to come down lower. Right now, for the most part, we're seeing some type of a falling wedge pattern, which typically does break to the upside. Okay, so again, 4 hour time frame is really not looking bearish or bullish. It's kind of indecisive. And when we have those kind of situations, it's best to avoid it altogether, especially when the 20 and the 50-day SMA are kind of hanging out together in the same spot. That leads me to believe that we could see a reversal. So I'm not really subscribing to the thought process here that the price is going to shoot up or down. I think if it's going to move, it'll move down one more Fibonacci retracement level before the next leg up. It's really common for the price action to work itself into channels and then to essentially break free from that channel and just shoot upwards. So if the price does inevitably break down to here, it would make sense for it to shoot up here to break that previous, the liquidation essentially, to basically liquidate all the shorts hedged at this level. There's a lot of little games that kind of go on in the background, but just a pattern that is pretty consistent in trading. When we take a look at patterns here, while we're range bound, we can see and here and confirm that we're fairly bearish in the sense of the 1 hour. The price action is breaking down. We are below the conversion line, or conversion lines below the baseline rather. Lagging spans within the price action were below the cloud. So we don't have a ton of momentum here on the hourly to really signal a breakout, but it's not really telling us it's going to break down either. And again, I know it seems kind of counterintuitive here, but if it doesn't go up, it has to go down, right? That's not exactly the case. It can go sideways too, which it has been. But as we continue to go sideways, the longer we spend more time going sideways, the more likelihood the price action is to go up. Okay? So I'm leaning more towards a bullish move for Chainlink here in the near future. but the immediate future, we might see a pullback before we see the next leg up. I think that's a little bit more statistically probable at this point based on us losing our momentum. If this does break out soon, different story altogether, but if it doesn't break out in the near future, we will see a slow bleed out and then a next leg up from there. So I'm subscribing a little bit more towards the thought process of the price action continuing higher after we found our bottom, but we truly haven't found our bottom or top yet. So that's the interesting thing right now. We're still kind of stuck in this range. Until we break above or below, we won't really truly know what we're going to do next. Okay, so for me, I'm looking for confirmation, a break above or break above what, $12 even, and a break below 11 or 10.50 rather. 10.50 to 12 is that range we're obviously stuck in. A break above or below will absolutely tell us a lot more. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. Thanks again so much for watching. Again, smash that like button. Greatly appreciate the feedback. Comment below if you have any thoughts here. Are you long, short, or waiting to take a trade here for Chainlink? To me, I'm personally waiting for this lower Fibonacci level here to take a long. I'd much rather consider a long position there than a short right now because it's just too risky. Okay. All right, again, limit your risk and maximize your benefit. If you want to do so, jump on over to our premium group here. We got some awesome trades. Took some nice shorts from Solana and a healthy injective trade, 202% here recently. And if you're curious about our trades that we take, check it out. It's listed on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. Again, thanks again so much for joining me here. We have a great rest of your day. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.